after 2, that way there's no... one more, I'm sorry. I cut your head off. There we go. All right, perfect. I'll put these on the drive tonight, and then we'll pass it.
Jay, see you.
Good evening, everyone. I hereby announce that pursuant to Section 5 of the Open Public Meetings Act, that adequate notice of this meeting has been provided in the notice which was sent to the Asbury Park Press, the Two River Times, and posted on the bulletin board in Township Hall, and filed in the Township Clerk's office on January 3rd, 2024. Mayor Impreveduto?
Here.
Mr. Foster?
Here.
Ms. LaMountain?
Here.
Mr. Lucarelli?
Here.
Mr. Romano?
Here.
Mayor, you have a quorum.
Thank you, Wendy. Chief Alaco, would you like to come up and say a few words? Oh, pledge allegiance. I always do this out of order. Moment of silence, please, for our men and women in uniform that protect us both at home and abroad. Thank you. Now, Chief Alaco, if you'd like to say a few words.
Mayor Impreveduto, members of the Township Committee, Administrator Jay Delaney, I thank you all for allowing us time at the beginning of the Township Committee meeting this evening, and I bring before you two of our newest officers to be formally sworn in this evening. The first officer I'd like to introduce, badge number 18, Maeve Cosgrove. Officer Cosgrove is a lifelong resident of Spring Lake. She resides with her mother, Maureen, brother, Frank, and father, Daniel Cosgrove, who is a retired major of New Jersey State Police. Maeve graduated St. Rose High School in 2019. After high school, she attended the University of Alabama, graduating with a Bachelor of Arts in Criminal Justice in the summer of 2023. Maeve was hired by Spring Lake Police Department as a Class 2 officer and attended the Monmouth County Police Academy, graduating in May of this year. We are excited to have Maeve join our department, and I'd ask her mother and father to come forward for her swearing in. And Maeve, please come up. The mayor's coming in.
Maeve Cosgrove, do solemnly swear
I, Maeve Cosgrove, do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same
that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same
and to the governments established
and to the governments established
in the United States
in the United States
and in this state,
and in this state,
under the authority of the people,
under the authority of the people,
and that I will faithfully,
and I will faithfully,
impartially,
impartially,
and justly perform
and justly perform
all the duties of a Holmdel Township police officer
all the duties of a Holmdel Township police officer
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my ability.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations.
Our second officer this evening, badge 119, is David Doucette. Although new to our department, Dave is a 5-year veteran of policing, coming to us from Keyport Police Department. Dave resides in Middletown with his wife Danielle and their 2 children, Celine and Alexander. Dave graduated Keyport High School in 2003. He later joined the Army in 2011 and was honorably discharged in 2019. Dave was appointed by the Keyport Police Department in 2019. He attended the Monmouth County Police Academy and graduated December 2019. Dave comes to our department with 5 years of experience. He's an active shooter instructor, defensive tactics, and radar instructor. We welcome Dave to our department. And I'd ask that Danielle, Celine, and Alexander come up and join their father and her husband for the swearing in.
I, David Doucette, do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States
That I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey.
that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same
That I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same
and to the governments established
and to the governments established
in the United States
in the United States
and in this state,
and in this state,
under the authority of the people,
under the authority of the people,
and that I will faithfully,
and that I will faithfully,
impartially,
impartially,
and justly perform
and justly perform
all the duties of a Holmdel Township police officer
all the duties of Holmdel Township police officer
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my ability.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations.
just want to say that I look forward to having these two new officers join our department. I know they're going to do a fantastic job in protecting our residents of Holmdel and the residents of the state of New Jersey. And I want to thank you for giving us the time this evening to swear them in. Thank you, Chief.
Thank you, Chief. Congratulations to Officer Cosgrove and Officer Doucette. Excited to have you guys on board. Wendy, do you want to move to the approval of minutes?
Yes, sir. Next on the agenda would be approval of minutes for the July 15th executive and public sessions and the August 13th executive and public sessions, which were forwarded to the Township Committee for review prior to this meeting.
Do I have a motion to approve?
Motion.
Second.
Mr. Foster?
Yes.
Ms. Lamountain?
Yes.
Mr. Lucarelli?
Yes.
Mr. Romano?
Yes.
Mayor Impreviduto?
Yes.
Both sets of minutes have been successfully passed. Thank you.
Thank you, Wendy. We are now moving on to public comment for agenda items only. If anybody has anything to say before we get rolling, you are welcome to now. Going once, going twice. Sold. Moving on to the consent agenda. Do I have a motion to approve the consent agenda?
Motion.
Second.
Mr. Foster?
Yes.
Ms. Lamountain?
Yes.
Mr. Lucarelli?
Yes.
Mr. Romano?
Yes.
Mayor Impreviduto?
Yes.
Okay. Resolutions 2024-211 through 2024-218 have been successfully approved. Thank you. Do you want me to keep going, Ron? Okay. Next is introduction of ordinance 2024-18, which is an ordinance approving conveyance of interest in access easement for Crawford Hill property to County of Monmouth. Motion is to adopt on first reading, published in the Asbury Park Press, and set the public hearing for September 24th, 2024.
Have a motion?
Motion.
Second.
Mr. Foster?
Yes.
Ms. Lamountain?
Yes.
Mr. Lucarelli?
Yes.
Mr. Romano?
Yes.
Mayor Impreviduto?
Yes.
Ordinance 2024-18 will be set for public hearing for September 24th, 2024. Next is hearing on ordinance 2024-15, which is an ordinance appropriating $24,000 from capital fund balance for costs and expenses to purchase the listed equipment. The motion is to adopt on final reading and publish in the Asbury Park Press according to law.
Just a note, Mayor, there was apparently a typo, and the amount is 24,000, not 42,000. I did look at the ordinance, and because the breakdown added up to 24,000, I didn't view this as a substantive change, so I think we could adopt tonight without having to reintroduce.
Thank you, Counselor. I have a motion to it. Oh, no. Oh, public hearing. I always get those pesky public hearings. Anything from the public on this ordinance? Going once, going twice. Moving on. Can I get a motion?
Motion. Second.
Mr. Foster? Yes. Ms. Lamountain?
Yes.
Mr. Lucarelli?
Yes.
Mr. Romano?
Yes.
Mayor Impreviduto?
Yes.
Ordinance 2024-15 has been successfully passed. Thank you. Next is a public hearing for ordinance 2024-16, which is a bond ordinance to authorize the making of various public improvements and the acquisition of new additional or replacement equipment and machinery, new information and technology equipment, new communication and signal systems equipment, new additional furnishings, and new automotive vehicles, including original apparatus and equipment in, by, and for the Township of Holmdel in the County of Monmouth, State of New Jersey, to appropriate the sum of $2,932,500 to pay the cost thereof, to make a down payment, to authorize the issuance of bonds to finance such appropriation, and to provide for the issuance of bond anticipation notes in the anticipation of the issuance of such bonds. The motion is to adopt on final reading and publish in the Asbury Park Press according to law. Public hearing.
Thank you. Anything from the public on this ordinance, on the bond ordinance? Going once, going twice. Do I have a motion?
Motion.
Second.
Mr. Foster? Yes. Ms. LaMountain?
Yes.
Mr. Lucarelli?
Yes.
Mr. Romano?
Yes.
Mayor Impreviduto?
Yes.
Okay. Ordinance 2024-16 has been successfully passed. It will be published in the Asbury Park Press according to law. Thank you.
Thank you, Wendy. Mr. Administrator, you have anything for us this evening?
Yes, thank you, Mayor. With the adoption of the capital ordinance for the year, two-thirds of which will finance the road improvement program for the year, with the adoption of the ordinance, I had previously distributed a resolution awarding the contract for road paving, and I would ask the governing body to consider that for approval this evening.
Council, do we go after this now, or do we want to go through? Do it now?
I certainly think you could approve it now, Mayor. And just for the record, it's a resolution awarding contract 2024 road improvement program to the low bidder Discover Construction in the amount of $1.499 million.
Perfect. Do I have a motion?
Move.
Second.
Thank you.
Mr. Foster?
Yes.
Ms. LaMountain?
Yes.
Mr. Lucarelli?
Yes.
Mr. Romano?
Yes.
Mayor Impreviduto?
Yes.
The 2024 Road Improvement Program resolution has been successfully passed, which will be 2024-219. Thank you.
Thank you.
And Mayor, thank you. With the adoption of that resolution awarding the contract, we will proceed with the pre-construction meeting and the various components in preparation for paving improvements, which are anticipated to commence in October.
Thank you.
Additionally, as a result of a discussion that was held during the executive session, I would ask for the council's consideration to adopt the resolution discussed regarding salary adjustments for designated employee.
I think we're in favor of moving forward with that, and so can I get a motion?
Motion.
Mr. Foster? Yes. Ms. LaMountain?
Yes.
Mr. Lucarelli?
Yes.
Mr. Romano?
Yes.
Mayor Impreviduto?
Yes.
The resolution authorizing salary adjustment, which would be 2024-220, has been successfully passed. Thank you.
Thank you, Wendy. Anything else, Mr. Administrator?
That's it for tonight. Thank you, Mayor.
All right. Bill, how are we doing?
F1 item, today we had our note sale for the 2023 bond ordinance. It's a renewal from last year. Last year, if you remember, it was 4.5%. This year, it's at 3.75%. A little bit less, but not as cheap as it used to be.
Thank you. Counselor?
I don't have anything, Mayor. I want to get home for the presidential debate, so I'll spare everyone.
All right. Bob?
Nothing at this time, Mayor.
Great. Thank you. Moving on to the committee. Mr. Romano, you want to get us kicked off?
Starting with the library hosted an Intro to Java computer programming event that had 25 teens in attendance. The library held 13 storytime and STEAM events with over 300 children in attendance. Ayala, the service dog, will now be a regular part of the Holmdel Library, visiting once a month. From the Board of Ed, the district welcomed back faculty and staff on September 3rd. Holmdel school staff participated in a lecture by guest speaker Dr. Reggie Wright, who spoke about character education and development. The district opened its doors to study on September 4th and 5th. This academic year, the school district launched a combined and revised starting schedule for the high school complex and other schools. Thanks to a summer of planning and collaboration with the Holmdel Township Police Department, the district is now able to effectively receive nearly 1,500 students and 150 staff members daily, with the ingress lasting approximately 30 minutes. The school district is pleased to report that the outstanding support of Chief Alaco and the HTPD's Traffic Management Division, the daily arrival process has been concluded within minutes of 8 a.m. with Crawford's Corner Road entirely clear. The district encourages those arriving at the school complex to arrive early and utilize bus transportation services to help alleviate any remaining traffic delays. Board of Education will hold its public action meeting on Wednesday, September 25th. From the Heritage Committee, the Holmdel Heritage Day will take place on Sunday, December 8th from 2 p.m. to 5:30 p.m. at Holmdel High School. The Heritage Committee continues to recruit volunteers for the event, and any Holmdel residents who are interested in offering their talents or helping at this multicultural celebration event, please contact Heritage Committee at holmdelheritage@gmail.com. Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you, Joe. Ms. LaMountain?
Community Development Department, no new updates for this meeting. the Holmdel Green Team. The members of the Green Team attended the second meeting of the Environmental Resources Inventory Update. A few of the Green Team members met with Township Administration and an electrical contractor to walk through potential sites for EV charging stations, continuing to gather information. The Township was recently awarded a New Jersey Clean Energy Grant in the amount of $10,000 to create a community energy plan, which will identify emissions-reducing initiatives. And the Green Team, a bunch of tongue twisters tonight, and commend the Township for committing to this important work. The Green Team will review the planning materials for Sustainable New Jersey. They have a meeting coming up on Monday, October 7th at 7 p.m. Members of the public, as always, are invited to attend. Please feel free, if you can attend, to email your feedback or questions to greenteam@holmdeltownship.com. Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you, Kim. Mr. Lucarelli?
Thank you, Mayor. September 15th through the 21st is Child Passenger Safety Week. Parents are encouraged to read the instructions on how to properly install a child's car seat, check the child's properly fastened seatbelt, and keep your children under the age of 13 buckled in the back seat of a car. The police department reminds Holmdel residents that disasters can happen at any time. It is important to have a plan with your family to ensure that you have all the important supplies, medications, and documents ready when disaster may strike. There's been a scam alert throughout Monmouth County with callers claiming to be from the Monmouth County Sheriff's Department and asking for donations. This is a scam. The county is aware of it. These calls are not legitimate and they are not coming from the Sheriff's Office. You should please not give out any personal information or send money. Urgent from the first aid squad. Unfortunately, there have been encountering more and more drivers who are not pulling over when they see the ambulance coming. This can lead to very dangerous situations. Trying to outrun the ambulance or passing another vehicle that has pulled over for ambulance creates a very dangerous road situation. There have been increasingly too many close calls that we are trying to reach out to the public. We greatly appreciate our neighbors, and that is why we are trying to keep everyone safe. Public Works has begun picking up brush. This is the final time of the year. Section A was just completed, and Section B will be started this week. Residents should refer to their blue postcard schedules to see when they are due for pickup. Large item drop-off. There are 2 dates for September. It is Saturday, September 14th, and Saturday, September 28th, from 8 to 2 p.m. at Bell Works. Public Works will also host a paper shredding event for Holmdel residents on November 2nd at the Department of Public Works building on Crawford's Corner Road. Fire Department one of our members had just graduated from the Monmouth County Firefighter Academy on August 5th. Another member is currently enrolled in the Middlesex County Fighter Academy and will graduate in February. 3 new members are being approved at tonight's meeting, and 3 more new member applications are pending. National Fire Week Prevention. The National Fire Prevention Week is October 6th through the 13th. The Fire Department will be hosting an open house on Saturday, October 12th from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. at Crawford's Corner Station. There will be station tours, live demonstrations, activities for the kids, and light refreshments. The theme of this year's National Fire Prevention Week is smoke alarms. Make them work for you. That is all I have, Mayor. Thank you. And I'd like to also, again, congratulate our 2 new police officers that we swore in tonight.
Thank you, DJ. Deputy Mayor?
Thank you, Mayor. A couple of updates from the Department of Recreation. Registration is now open for Kids Art and Teen Art, Father-Daughter Campout, the Bayonet Farm Trail Race, Yoga at Bell Works, Green Screen and Animation, Open Play Chess for Kids, Mommy and Me Storytime and Sensory Stations, and coming soon, pickleball and tennis clinics at the courts at Bailey Lane. To find out information on any of these programs or events, or to register, please go to the Recreation Department's Rec Desk registration portal on our website. The swim club completed its 52nd season last Monday. 565 people attended the final day of the club on Labor Day, which included some live music. The 2024 season was a successful one with many fun events, including Superhero Week, Christmas in July, trick-or-treating, live music nights, and DJ nights. The recreation staff is now working on closing the pools and starting plans for the 2025 season, which is only 256 days away. That's great news. From the Veterans Committee, the Holmdel Veteran of the Year is awarded annually at the Veterans Day ceremony in November to a veteran who has had honorable military service, has contributed their time and energy to the Holmdel community, and has made a commitment to encouraging and supporting fellow veterans. Nominations are solicited from members of the public, and the recipient is selected by the Holmdel Township Committee. If you know a deserving veteran who meets these criteria, please fill out the Veteran of the Year nomination form on the Holmdel website or by filling out a paper version of the nomination form at the Holmdel Recreation Desk Department window. And that is all I have, Mayor.
Thank you, Brian. I do want to start by recognizing that tomorrow will be the 23rd anniversary of the September 11th attacks on the World Trade Center and the Pentagon. This week, as we should do every week, we pause to think about and be grateful for all the police officers, firefighters, EMTs, military members, and other first responders who put their lives on the line to ensure that we all remain safe, healthy, and free. In particular, I do want to remember the citizens of Holmdel who perished on September 11th, 2001, along with the immediate family members of Holmdel residents who perished that day. Holmdel residents who perished on 9/11, Christopher E. Allingham, Paul V. Barbaro, Evan J. Barron, Michael P. Lafort, Chi-Min Dennis Fu, Robert L. Horoho Jr., Matthew Paserno, Gregory M. Preziosi, Greg Reedy, Eric Adam Stallman. Immediate family members of residents who perished on 9/11, Eric T. Allen of the FTNY, Peter Paul Apollo, Brett T. Bailey, Dominic E. Calia, Lieutenant Peter Lewis Frund, FDNY, Frederick K. Hahn, Brendan M. Lang, Roseanne P. Lang, Robert Scandol Jr., Eric Steen, and James J. Strain Jr. These individuals are memorialized on the Open Hands statue in front of Town Hall. In addition, myself and members of the Township Committee will be there tomorrow morning to say a prayer of remembrance for those that were lost that day. We are, on a brighter note, bringing Harvest Fest back. So Saturday, October 12th, from 12 to 7 p.m. at Bayonet Farm. Activities will include live music, inflatable attractions, food vendors, beer and wine garden, petting zoo, BMX show, craft and business vendors. The night will conclude with a showing of It's the Great Pumpkin Charlie Brown, followed by fireworks. Additional information will be sent out this week, and please also check the Recreation Department's website. We are thrilled to actually bring that back. That's going to be a lot of fun. On September 16th, we are scheduled at this point to meet with Township Architects with the New Jersey State Historic Preservation Office for a site visit of Robert Wilson Park and the Holmdel Horn Antenna in the interest of moving that project forward. And then at the Alexander Ching Dog Park, we'll be hosting its 4th annual Howloween Canine Costume Contest. Say that 10 times fast. The event will take place on Saturday, October 5th from 2 to 4 p.m. at the Alexander Ching Dog Park at Bayonet Farm. Residents and their costume pets are welcome and encouraged to attend. And that is all I have, and I believe we can now move on to public comment. Yes, ma'am.
Hi, Jenny Blumenthal, 41 Stony Brook Road. Number one, you mentioned all sorts of recycling possibilities except styrofoam. Is there anything planned by the town to get rid of styrofoam bits and pieces?
It's not been top of mind. I don't know.
Okay, so are you aware? Do you know if you can still drop stuff off there at the Middletown train station?
Middletown train station does accept styrofoam.
Okay, because I got a bunch, and there were occasional pickups here. And then the second thing is you mentioned that there was a meeting over the Crawford Hill development with Iovino and so forth. Is that open to the public?
You know what? I hadn't thought about it. I suspect. I don't think there'd be anything preventing. I'm not aware. Oh, actually, I don't. Jay, do you have any idea?
This is not a public session. It's really a tour of the site with the representatives from the State Historic Preservation Office.
But can we follow you around and listen? I don't know who we might be, but
That question hadn't been anticipated. We had not advised the state representatives that there would be a public, participation or presence. And I'm hesitant to indicate that it would be open without. We had enough trouble scheduling this meeting, so I might.
When you said it was going to be.
I didn't say when it was going to be.
No, but Rocco, I thought did. I didn't happen to catch it because I didn't know where he was going.
It is on the 16th. I think, to Jay's point, I think, this has been difficult to get on the schedule. We'd want to talk to the folks coming in from the state, I think, to let them know or to advise them that there could be members of the public attending if we do that. It just hadn't been something we anticipated.
Oh, I don't know why. After all of the noise we made about the whole thing.
Because it's kind of it's an inspection. That's really why. It's not anything celebratory.
So how can we find out? And what time did you say it was? So we could crash the meeting
It's
otherwise?
11, right?
At what time?
No, I think it's 11 a.m. I don't have it on.
Can we get back to you
Yeah.
whether or not
Oh,
they're-
sure.
Yeah, let's
Yeah.
see if they're comfortable with it. It's really just a routine inspection to help us continue moving forward.
Yeah, and I also will say to you, DJ, that a couple of days ago at 8:30 in the morning when I was still sound asleep, the phone rang, and it was one of these police guys trying to relieve me of funds. Really? Except I could hardly keep my eyes open to figure out who he was, so I just sort of hung up on him, which I would have anyway, even if I was awake. Yeah, so I mean, he didn't particularly identify himself either. I'm almost 100% positive he didn't say this was XYZ from the Holmdel Police Department. So it may have been what you're referring to.
Yeah, like I said, this was the scam that they're alerting the public to is from the County.
I was about to say, if you call me again at this hour, I am just not even going to answer the phone. Okay, thanks. So I will await hearing
Yes.
what you have to say.
Yes, ma'am.
Thanks.
Thank you. Anybody else for public comment? Yes, sir.
Jay Yanello, 18 Ladwood Drive. This is a follow-up to my prior comments, and this is not a knock on DPW, it's not a knock on our police force or any township employees. But as I said, I don't know, 3 or 4 weeks ago, I don't know why this is my job, and I'm just going to give you a few examples. When you go up Holmdel Road, heading from 520, say you're heading toward Hazlitt, and you make a right on Roberts Road, there's an absurd deep pothole there. It's been there now for weeks. Again, why am I reporting this? And why do I have to report this? When you come out of Holmdel Commons by over Easy, behind LA Fitness, you come out there and you pull on 35. There's been a notable pothole there for 4 months. Why do I have to report this? And this is a seasonal thing. Middletown Road, there are now, and this is important to catch it while there's still greenery, there are a lot of, and I don't know if we're responsible for the trees over Middletown Road. Maybe that's the power company, but there are a lot of material-sized, thick branches that are basically dead. And they will fall during the fall and winter, particularly any storm, some of which could really hurt someone or do damage to cars. So I think we really need to take a look at Middletown Road, at some of the big branches over the road that are completely dead, and cut them and get rid of them. Thank you.
Thank you. Jay, you got notes on those?
I do. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other comments from the public? Going once, going twice. Motion to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor?